Shield Hero Season 3, Episode 9 is out, and we finish up the Demon Dragon fight, is the main part of the episode. And this is going to be a super short video because we're about halfway through the book, and the Demon Dragon fight is over by like 60%, and we're at 52. So this is going to be a short one. I'll mainly talk about if there's any big differences. And the first big difference is that you kind of see Atla do this crazy attack in the anime, and in the book, she tries to do the attack, but the dragon puts up barriers and actually stops it. But the anime did do a good job of making Atla kind of like the secret weapon to this fight. And she gets boosted in here by Raphtalia's illusion magic and Raphchan, so multiple copies of her appear, and then lightning from Sadine pours down on her, so she gets like a speed boost. It's a buff. And there's a pretty cool detail in here where the dragon is like mid-chant for a spell and then stops partway through and starts casting another one. And he's trying to blow away all of the Atla clones because he doesn't know which is which. So Naofumi jumps in front of one and he's not even sure if it's the real one. And then Atla holds her hands out and is like redirecting the explosions with life force away from her. And it turns out the one that Naofumi had been protecting was actually an illusion because he got swiped by the dragon. And then Raphtalia quips, and she's like, "Don't think you can see through my illusions so easily. If an attack like that would defeat Atla, my life would be a lot easier." So even mid-battle, her and Atla are always taking verbal shots at each other. The dragon kind of starts panicking and just swinging wildly, and Atla jumps up on its tail and then runs up on its tail and breaks the last barrier. So she's really the all-star of this fight. Atla begins just unloading a barrage of these life force attacks on the dragon. And the specific way that they work is that the higher your defense is, the more damage they do to you. Because once the attack gets through your defenses, it essentially bounces around inside you. And this is why it's so lethal to Naofumi. And then Windia and Melty do cooperative magic again, and they bring down Saint Rain because obviously the dragon is cursed, so they're trying to weaken it. Naofumi and Sadina had been doing cooperative magic to buff somebody while Atla had the dragon distracted, and Naofumi describes it as trying to solve a little puzzle in your head to make the spell work. And the one that him and Sadina do together is called Descent of the Thunder God, and they buff Eclair. And here you can see the artwork of Atla attacking the dragon with her life force over and over, and then Eclair with her buff, and like the energy is coming off of her. And then the show did a pretty good job of this too, where the demon dragon is trying to take their buffs off with his own incantation, and then he lowers his defenses so that Atla and Eclair's attacks bother him less, but then Raphtalia and Ren jump in. So they're alternating life force attacks and regular attacks, so that he can't counter both at the same time. And at this point, Ren is able to split the dragon's stomach open and do some serious damage to it. And Naofumi describes this barrage of alternating attacks kind of the way that Lark and Glass and them attacked him before. And he says the black sludge that was regenerating immediately is now being sliced through super easily. And the dragon starts to look awkward. And the dragon starts kind of stumbling around, and he's mad because he's like, "What's wrong with you? Are you trying to escape?" And the implication is that Philo is trying to break out of his chest. And then Ren, Atla, and Raphtalia and Eclair all go attack the chest together. And when they attack it, the dragon tries to cover up its chest with its arm, and they cut its arm off. But they say it starts regenerating, and the restriction is removed. So then Galeon bursts out of his chest, holding Philo by the nape of her neck, and they fly out of it. And he says it looks like he got hatched again. And the reason it's Galeon is because it seems like he has all the experience now that was sucked from Philo. And then Melty, Windia, and Sadina start to do cooperative magic again. And Naofumi says that in his screen, the demon dragon's name changed to Wrath Dragon. And this is where Galeon's dad reveals himself to Naofumi through telepathy and tells him that it lost its host body and it's being fueled by Naofumi's wrath. So if Naofumi leaves, it's just going to rampage and follow him to the ends of the earth. So they have to kill it now before it destroys a bunch of stuff and people and blah, blah, blah. So then all of them, including Galeon, attack, and Atlas still deflecting the flames from the Wrath Dragon, just using life force. And Naofumi is really impressed by how well she can manipulate it. So they all attack together to try to finish it off and make it spit up the core. And it's interesting because in the anime, they had Sadina go through and grab the core. And in this, Galeon does the big water ball that she goes through, but she just drills like a big hole in it. Atla jumps up and sees that the core is in the windpipe, or she says it is because she can sense it. And then she says Raphtalia needs to be the one to get it. So Raphtalia, just like the anime, jumps up the shields, and Naofumi says that she cuts it clean in two. And then all the stuff in the anime with Windia and her dad, I'm pretty sure it was anime original because I don't remember it anywhere in the books, and I didn't see it anywhere when I just skimmed again before this video. So that's an interesting addition they chose to put in there. I'm going to stop here because I don't know if this chapter will be in the next episode or not. So I'm just going to stop here. We only covered 5% of the book. So now I'm not sure how many books are going to get covered, because I thought that they were going to cover 4 again like they did last season. And they did book 10 in 3 episodes, 11 in 3 episodes. And this was the 3rd episode for 12. But we still have like 40% of the book left. So I can't tell if this last 40% is going to be stretched out over the last 3 episodes. So it'll just be 3 books this season, which I prefer. I mean, obviously it's better pacing for the light novel than the show. All right, well, this is a super short one. So like and subscribe. I'll be here next week sometime.